Sanctuary. I'm Mariah. Today's live stream is on the topic of jobs that aren't autistic friendly. All the information below came from the article 8 Worst Jobs for Autistic Adults from the Thrive Autism coaching website. If you're autistic, finding a job can be difficult. Just the interviewing process can be a hurdle that is not designed to enable autistic adults to demonstrate their strengths. Then when you get a job, the company's culture, work environment, or your direct supervisor may not accommodate what you need to be successful. While there are some job types that are best suited for autistic adults than others, unfortunately, few workplaces are truly autistic friendly. So what are the worst jobs for autistic adults? Here are a few of them. What are some red flags that a job might not be right for you? When you're looking for a job as an autistic adult, it's important to be aware of some of the red flags that you might indicate the job isn't right for you. There are a lot of opportunities out there, but not all of them will be a good fit. Here are a few red flags to watch out for. 1. The job description has a lot going on. If a job description seems overwhelming, it is likely that the job itself will be poorly defined and chaotic. Make sure that you read the job description carefully and make sure that to clarify anything you don't understand related to the duties and responsibilities before accepting the job. Number 2, the job requires excellent communication skills and you feel uncomfortable or anxious in social situations. If a job requires excellent communication skills and you feel uncomfortable or anxious in the social situations, this probably is not the right job for you. It's important to remember that there are many types of jobs and not all of them require excellent communication skills. There are plenty of jobs that are solitary in nature or that involve minimal contact with other people. Do some research and explore different job opportunities to find the one that is the best fit for you. Number 3, the job requires a lot of flexibility and you prefer consistency and structure. And of course, me being autistic, I also am ADHD and dyslexic, but I know for me, I like consistency and structure. And if a job requires a lot of flexibility and you prefer consistency and structure, it probably means that's not the right job for you. It's important to remember that there are many different types of jobs and not all of them require flexibility. There are plenty of jobs that are more structured in nature and that involve minimal change from day to day. Number 4, the company is not inclusive. When researching a potential employer, pay attention to whether they seem inclusive and supportive of employees with disabilities. If you cannot find information about their policies or on accommodations or inclusion, you can ask before or during an interview process if they are open to accommodating your needs. Many autistic adults worry that asking about this hurts their chances of getting the job. What I tell clients to consider before making a decision about whether or to disclose their need for accommodations is how much they want to work for the company that is turned off by this. Honestly, if a company is not inclusive to any person with disability, it probably means you don't want to work there if you have a disability, because it means that most likely they're not going to accommodate your disability, make accommodations for your disability in the job. That was part of the article, but that's just my personal opinion. Number 5, you feel isolated or misunderstood at work. If you feel isolated or misunderstood at work, it probably is not the right job for you. It's important to remember that there are many types of jobs and not all of them will make you feel isolated or misunderstood. Do some research and explore different job opportunities to find the one that best fits you. The eight worst jobs for autistic adults. While there is no such thing as a perfect job, there are some jobs that tend to be better or worse fits for autistics. I will qualify this by saying that there are autistic adults working successfully in every one of these roles, and these are just generalities. There are jobs that tend to fall in. Oh, sorry. Here are the jobs that tend to fall in the worst category. Number one, sales associate. Sales associate positions are often high pressure with bosses and customers alike, expecting employees to meet unrealistic quotes. For an autistic adult, this type of job environment can be overwhelming and intolerable. What's more, many sales jobs require significant amounts of social interaction, which can be very difficult for autistic what was I going to say? Autistic adults who prefer quiet and less social endeavors. I can agree with that. I did not do well, and I worked for retail, but I did not feel very comfortable, and I didn't realize back then. I didn't realize it was autistic, so it makes more sense why I did not feel comfortable in a retail sales associate job. Second one is receptionist. Receptionist jobs can be quite challenging for autistic adults. These positions usually involve working in close proximity with other people and are socially demanding, uh, which can be overstimulating for autistics. Additionally, receptionists are often expected to juggle multiple tasks at once, which can be difficult for anyone, but is often especially challenging for autistics. And of course, we know that it's not all autistics. It depends on it literally depends. Um, and also, it also probably depends also on your interests, if you're like interested in that kind of thing. Um, Number three, classroom teacher. Classroom teaching is a demanding profession that requires the ability to handle a wide range of personalities and situations. Unfortunately, due to the intensity of social interaction required, teaching is often not a good fit for autistic adults. In addition, the traditional classroom setting can often be sensorily overwhelming for autistics. For me, I was not a classroom teacher. I worked in the setting of helping other kids that were similar to how I was when I was a child. So I was an assistant. So for me, I probably could never. I know I could never teach. Even thinking about it, I remember someone asking me, "Would I ever be a teacher?" I told them no because it just seems very overwhelming. So maybe that is true. Number four, customer service representative. Customer service representatives must deal with angry and dissatisfied customers on a daily basis. Something that can something that can be extremely stressful for autistics. What's more, many customer service jobs require employees to work in close proximity with others, with all of the accompanying noises, smells, and social demands, which can quickly be overstimulating for autistics. Number five, food server. Working as a food server, can be particularly stressful for autistic adults. Autism can make it difficult to pick up on social cues, which can make it hard to gauge what customers want. Additionally, having to constantly interact with customers can be exhausting for autistic. I will say, being autistic, it is very hard to pick on social cues. It doesn't matter if where I am, it's hard. Even with my family, I can't always. Actually, I don't pick up on social cues. I remember when I was working at my past job, working in a classroom, I made, I guess, a face, and one of my coworkers was like, "What's wrong?" And I didn't realize I was doing anything with my face because I just was making a face, I guess. She was like, "What's wrong?" I guess she could read my feelings, even though I wasn't really portraying anything. Okay, number six. Military service. Military service is another problem that can be difficult for autistic adults if they have problems with working within groups. Additionally, the military requires individuals to complete tasks that may be challenging from a sensory perspective, such as going into combat zones. The military is starting to recognize, however, that autistics are highly skilled at tasks that are critical to national security, such as operating technology and reading satellite images and noticing minute differences in images over time. Number seven, healthcare worker. Healthcare workers must often deal with patients who are in pain or who are experiencing other difficult emotions. This can be tough for anyone, but it's extremely challenging for autistics who may have difficulty decoding emotions and communicating emotions, especially when flooded with their own um, empathetic feelings. For me personally, yeah, I could never be a healthcare worker only because I feel emotions way too deeply, and I don't want to have to feel all everyone else's emotion on top of mine. It just really can be stressful. And number eight, politician. Politicians must frequently interact with the public, giving speeches and handling complex negotiations, which can be difficult for autistics who often have trouble communicating and finding socialization exhausting. In addition, many politicians are required to travel frequently, which can also be tough for autistics who often prefer routine, schedule, and food choices that are predictable um, and familiar. Uh, you should check out the end of this article if you want to learn more, learn some of the tips for how to get a great job as an autistic adult. The link to the article will be posted in the comment section below the live stream after it's done. Do you guys have any questions before I'd say what? Oh, sorry. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. Do you have any questions before I say what this week's plan video is going to be on? What Monday's live stream is and what next week's live stream is. And also, I'm going to put up a poll tomorrow for you guys to pick what time you want me to do what date and time you want me to do my live stream for getting to 1,200 subscribers. I'm also going to put up today, after this live stream, I'm going to post what February's schedules for February. Because I always do them after I do the last live stream for the month. So, yeah. I should say last scripted live stream for the month. I always put them up. So, yeah. Do you guys have any questions? And appropriate questions if I ask? And do I like Metallica? I don't really listen to Metallica. Oh, and thanks for the comment, Dennis. I think that's your name. I don't wear wigs. I don't like that. I like wearing my natural hair, so yeah. Any questions? Appropriate questions? Which I hate having to say because most people should know to keep things appropriate, but okay. Am I a Christian? Yes. Any other questions? But I don't try to impose my beliefs on other people, though, because some people do that. We're also Christian atheists or whatever. Like I said, any other questions? Also, for people that are new to the channel, this channel is a disability community. This is a disability content channel, and this is a safe space for me and others. What am I gonna say? Oh yeah, safe space for me and others that are in the disability community. I'm 5'4". Um, okay, so I'm assuming no more questions. Last questions before I'd say what the content for today's planned video. What disabilities? Yeah, I have disabilities. I am autistic, dyslexic, and ADHD. I also have I do have really severe anxiety. And I've dealt with mental health issues since the age of 14, which actually is considered an invisible disability. All my disabilities are invisible besides my tight-heeled cord, which I've had since birth. I've had all of my disabilities since birth, besides the anxiety probably. But yeah, and most people say that. I'm not surprised. I've always had this people being rude, like, oh, what disabilities do you have? Like, and assuming just because I look a certain way, because you can't see them, they assume, oh, you're fine, you don't have nothing wrong with you. And I think that's really disrespectful to say. Um, I think it's important for people like me and people that want to learn about people like me and others out there have a safe space. Like this channel is also inclusive. Like people that don't have disabilities come on here. People, people like they learn things. Like I've learned things from people that don't have disabilities that I didn't know, and people teach me things. And I think it's really quite cool. My Monday streams I love. My Saturday streams I kind of like only because I say that because not because I don't like the content, it's because I really have really bad anxiety, especially reading on camera. So yeah, that's the thing. Okay, any other questions? I wouldn't call myself smart. People probably would say I am, but eh. Uh, I think people that don't act the way they do, they judge them typically. I don't know quite understand why, but I'm honestly used to it. You have a question? What's your question, Jerome? And okay, let's see what it is. Do I know about the Myers-Briggs test? Yeah, I've done that. I've had it. If you're talking about for disability stuff, or you're talking about like I think if it's about like when it comes to disabilities, the classifying one, then yeah, I've done that. If you're talking about IQ tests, I've done those too. I had to take when I did my accommodation because you don't get accommodate from going from high school into college. You have to actually retake stupid tests in order to get your accommodations. I don't remember I don't really care if I failed or passed the Myers-Briggs. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't even, and if I did, it doesn't really matter. I'm a lot. I think people just assume because I have disabilities, I can't achieve anything in life, which is not true. A lot of us out here, we may have disabilities, doesn't mean we can't achieve things, and yeah. I think I remember what the Meyer-Briggs test. Can you remind me what it is, just so I'm thinking if let me so I can so I can go back in my memory and see if I actually have taken it. Um, Is it based on IQ or is it based on like something else? And one thing that people that are new on this channel, if any of you came in here to try to troll me, you would just be getting blocked because I just exactly what I do is trolls. Just to warn you. Personality. I'm a I forgot what I am. I've taken that. I don't. I know I'm. You said you asked because a lot of people are trying to cure the. Yeah, I'm not trying to cure anything about myself. I know I'm definitely. I think I'm a. I. I know I'm introverted. I can't remember I've taken it. I forgot what my results are. I literally forgot what they're. I know I'm definitely introverted, a little bit extroverted. I think I'm an IJ. Wait, INJ something. I don't remember it. I don't honestly. I don't really care. I know I have a personality that's very. If it's a lot with being autistic, so I don't really like my traits too. My honestly reason I also didn't believe for anyone that didn't know this. I didn't believe that I had ADHD. But I know now that I do have it. Because my autistic side hid my ADHD side, and my ADHD side came out when I became burnt out at my job, the previous job I had. So yeah, I realized that then. Any other questions? Good question though. I don't remember. Like I said, I don't know if that's the exact result because it's been a long time since I took one of those tests. And one thing I don't like about society, also, let's be honest, I do often feel that society, people, any kind of person that has any kind of disability or something that makes them different, I feel like we were afterthought. Like society had certain things already in place, and then oh, okay, we figure out someone is different than we expected, so we got to put these things in place. Yeah, no, but okay. I'm also biased to it because I also have disabilities, so maybe that's why. But yeah. Okay. Any other questions before I tell you what today's plan video that will be released later, but is already available for my paid Patreons on Patreon, which was available there on Wednesday. So they already saw. So people that are on there probably already saw it. So, but thanks for your question. Yeah. The people that are in this stream that want to be part of my Monday stream, you can sure come, but it's at 6 p.m. Eastern for anyone that didn't know that. Those are fun, unscripted. People asking questions there. Yeah, so we'll see. Okay, so today's planned video is on the topic of Williams syndrome, and that will be released today at 6 p.m. Eastern. The next fun, unscripted live stream will be on Monday at Monday, January 27th at 6 p.m. Eastern. And the next scripted live stream will be on Saturday, February 1st at noon Eastern. And it'll be on the topic of what are the worst jobs for disabled people. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye.